Hello, my name's Georgina Tordoff.
Hi, my name is Nick Varley.
Hi, my name is Smissaert.
Hi, I'm Demi, Crook, and this is our Consumer Insight presentation about Nike.
Our chosen organisation is Nike. Nike is a well-known company that produces brand and sports shoes and quality sportswear that has been admired by everyone. In 2018, Nike had 26.94% market share and are predicted to have 32.44% by 2022. One of Nike's most successful marketing strategies is celebrity endorsements of athletes. We will go into further detail about this in our presentation, along with attitude and persuasion, and how they use perception and motivation in their marketing strategies. Motivation describes the process that causes people to behave in a particular way. Marketers need to understand how customers are motivated, as it helps the organisation achieve its goals. The pull-push theory of motivation explains how people are drawn to and avoid certain events. Every motivation we have, every action we perform, is driven by either a desire to attain a certain result or a need to avoid an unwanted result. The push side of the motivational theory is defined by the term motivation. We are motivated to make a change away from a painful or undesired state. People can be highly motivated to make huge changes in an effort to avoid or reduce painfully unwanted scenarios. For example, if consumers are wanting to avoid discomfort during exercise, they will be motivated to buy Nike Airs as they are known for the comfort and protection during exercise. Nike uses as a selling point when advertising the Nike Airs, as they know that some customers will have the motivation to avoid discomfort whilst exercising. The other part of the theory is the pull concept. The pull concept of the pull-push theory is defined by the word incentive and incorporates a desire for an end result. We are incentivized to make decisions that make our lives better. Nike have recognised this and used many motivational quotes and sayings in their advertisements. If a consumer sees an ad that shows an achievement or success, it can act as an incentive to act on their own personal motivations, and they may associate completing their goals with Nike products and therefore purchase Nike products. Adidas also use motivational quotes in a similar way to Nike, to inspire their audience and create an association between their brand and their audience achieving their personal goals. I'm now going to pass over to Nick, who's going to discuss attitude and persuasion.
In this section, I will be going into detail about the theories relating to attitude and persuasion, and from there relating these theories to Nike. An attitude is what a consumer thinks, feels and does. Different marketing strategies and activities can therefore contribute to a consumer's attitudes. For example, a marketing strategy based on an ethical company using ethical practices can change a consumer's attitude towards a business in a positive way and may encourage them to buy their product in the future. Attitudes are learnt through experiences in the world for a certain product and can be favourable or unfavourable. By using the ABC model, we can split a customer's attitudes into 3 different components: affect, how they feel about the product; behaviour, what they intend to do about it; and cognition, what they believe about the product. Firstly, this advert will make the consumer form beliefs about the product, as they believe that Nike sells stylish and on-trend shoes. Secondly, the consumer will feel drawn to the product as the product looks good in the advert. And lastly, it will make them convince the consumer to research the product and from there possibly purchase it. Nike have used the Face of Confidence campaign in the past to encourage consumers to take up a certain mindset to then in turn buy their products. In this particular advertisement, Tiger Woods is used as a celebrity endorsement to make consumers feel that by buying Nike products, they are trying to make a statement in the sport that they are playing, especially golf in this example. By using the functional theories of attitudes model, we can therefore establish that this is a form of the value expressive function, as the consumer is trying to make a statement with the shoes that they are wearing, which they may consider to be different than if they were to wear a brand of sports shoes like Asics, for example. However, Tiger Woods has often divided opinion in the sport through numerous personal life controversies, and at some point, Nike created a backlash on social media with their Winning Takes Care of Everything campaign. This may therefore swing against Nike, as customers will develop a completely different attitude towards the product and will not want to wear clothing that is associated with Tiger Woods or Nike.
A competitor example of forming attitude. Adidas Calling All Creators campaign enlists Lionel Messi, Carly Kloss, Alexander Wang, Pharrell, James Harden and more, Adidas calls out to the creators and innovators, encouraging those to pull up a chair to the conversation about cultural change. When the term creative first pops into mind, most sum up images of artists, actors and musicians. Adidas is aiming to remould the idea of creative integrity possessed by the world of sports. This means that this campaign uses the value-expressive function of attitude, meaning the individual's attitude to the brand or product is based about what it says about them as a person. This relates to the campaign because the user would want to be seen as a creator. This campaign, much like Nike, uses celebrity endorsement, making the company seem more credible. Nike and their competitor Adidas have both used similar campaigns to get the target market's attention. The Nike Nothing Beats Londoner campaign uses celebrity endorsement just like Adidas. Using celebrity endorsement of products is a way of persuading consumers to develop positive attitudes towards the product, especially if they have not had any opinion about the product or hold weak attitudes towards the product. Here I believe the consumers would find the product more appealing as they would see the athletes in it as credible. The celebrities in Nike's advert also symbolise important categories such as status and social class, deciding the meaning as to how the product/brand should be conveyed at this moment in time. This advert is targeted at teens as young athletes and current public figures have made an appearance, making Nike seem current and desirable. This advert also uses humour as a persuasive technique.
Through this section on attitudes and persuasion, we can establish that attitudes are formed over experiences the customer has had related to Nike or one of their products. By using successful marketing campaigns, these attitudes can be influenced to persuade the customer to buy their products. However, unsuccessful marketing campaigns, which can be caused by either poor market research or by a controversial celebrity endorsement, can persuade customers to avoid Nike products in general. Nike have often been accused of poor choice in celebrity endorsements, with Tiger Woods and Colin Kaepernick the two main examples. These celebrity endorsements, whilst they do create a high reach through word of mouth, also form poor attitudes which can make customers avoid the brand entirely.
Perception. Perception is the process of information in the form of a stimuli in an environment being selected, organised and interpreted through the sense organs. The sensory organs are the eyes, ears, tongue, skin and nose. The sensory stimuli is processed by the sense organs, which start off the perceptual process. The perceptual process begins with the sensory organs being exposed to the information and stimuli. At this stage, the stimuli is only evaluated by simple physical properties. It then follows on to attention, which refers to the extent of which a mental processing activity is devoted to a specific stimulus. And this concludes with interpretation, which refers to the meanings individuals assign to the sensory stimuli. Individuals are only capable of processing 5 pieces of information at a time. This infers that there is a highly competitive aspect to marketing communications activities and that there is a lot of surrounding noise that can impact its exposure. Selective perception is the act of seeking or avoidance of stimuli. Perceptual vigilance is when individuals consciously or unconsciously filter out information based on relevance, and perceptual defence occurs when an individual restrains perception of a potential threatening or unpleasant stimuli. Nike has exposed its advertisement to consumers by including dramatic and powerful images of successful athletes, in this instance, Serena Williams. One of the most important factors in visual perception is colour. Recent research suggests that ads containing colours with a high level of value, that is lighter and pastel-like in appearance, and chroma, which is rich and deep in colour, lead to greater levels of liking for the ad due to feelings of relaxation elicited by the higher value of colour. This marketing activity has been effectively exposed to consumers through methods of stimulus selection factors, size, colour and positioning. Solomon. Nike has purposely printed the ad onto extremely large billboards in busy areas of New York to command attention away from other ads. Nike is using the size and positioning characteristics of the stimuli so that the consumers are more drawn to this advertisement than another. The choice made by Nike to incorporate green colours that portray depth set behind a black and white figure of Serena is a strategy used to influence our emotions, as humans have a well-developed colour sense, meaning that colours are often influential in creating an overall image of a product. Blythe.
A study found that respondents evaluated desirable consumer behaviours more positively when described on a green background, while other sources have said that dark green is used to signal wealth, health, prestige, and success. Taking this into consideration, by using a dark green colour paired with motivational and inspirational text, Nike have created an advertisement that conveys feelings of aspiration and success, which is fitting with the brand and what it represents. Another example, when Nike sponsors athletes, the audience are exposed to their brand stimuli, and we can scan our memory for cues or relevant knowledge from prior learning and experience. These cues are then combined with our expectations and intentions to derive its meaning. Attention refers to the extent to which processing activity is devoted to a particular stimulus. The allocation of attention is dependent on the characteristics of the stimulus and the individual. Now that both younger and older generations are multitasking by allocating their attention and processing information between more than one medium at a time, 96% of teenagers multitask, 1/3 of the time when on social media. Also taking into consideration that this research was conducted in 2014, in 4 years the numbers have most possibly increased. This infers Nike need to advertise across a variety of mediums to maintain levels of attention. Nike do this via Nike mobile apps and advertising on social media. Interpretation refers to the meanings an individual associates with a sensory stimuli, and it can differ for each individual as it depends on existing schemas, and usually an individual's interpretation of marketing communications activity supports their already established preferences. For example, Nike have a large audience of 18 to 40-year-olds, so they must expose their products across mediums appealing to many age groups. Nike using Colin Kaepernick in their campaign was a bold political statement, as the NFL star turned activist upset a lot of Americans as he knelt during the national anthem in protest of police brutality. The use of Kaepernick in Nike's Just Do It campaign links with the perception theory, perceptual defence and selective perception. Perceptual defence occurs when an individual restrains perception of a potential threatening or unpleasant stimuli, and selective perception is the act of seeking or avoidance of stimuli. As customers who politically disagree with Kaepernick would actively seek avoidance of the given stimuli and would restrain perception of the unpleasant and politically threatening stimulus and focus more on other advertisements. However, the attention the ad received has sparked an online conversation which is increasing the reach of the advertisement, although some individuals are burning and destroying Nike's products, not realising that Nike is still profiting off their disagreement.
A competitor example for Nike for perception would be Adidas. Adidas gained exposure by being the main kit supplier for the 2018 World Cup for 12 nations. The German brand has also long been an official partner of FIFA and thus the World Cup, so they supply the tournament's gear like the ball, and their logo will be visible on the tournament's official marketing material. The fact that Adidas is main kit supplier for the World Cup means that the brand message will reach the customers, which is the whole point of supplying the tournament gear, to gain exposure. Nike's competitor Adidas have also used guerrilla marketing to gain attention. Guerrilla marketing can be defined as the use of unconventional means to promote a product or service. This form of marketing uses unexpected and creative tactics to reach customers. As you can see here, Adidas have used guerrilla marketing to attract brand attention. This strategy that Adidas has used is similar to the streetwise strategies in the mid-1970s, when pioneering DJs promoted their parties through graffiti flyers. This type of grassroots effort epitomizes guerrilla marketing, promotional strategies that use unconventional locations and intensive word-of-mouth campaigns to push products. Gina is now going to explain to you what the perception summary is.
To summarise, I've spoken about how perception is a 3-step process which translates raw stimuli into meaning, how Nike have effectively used colour psychology and stimulus selection factors in visual perception to convey feelings that mirror what the Nike brand represents, how Nike's customers use perceptual defence and selective perception in response to stimuli, and how Nike supports and encourages its consumers through the three-step perceptual process by using celebrity endorsement for exposure and mobile applications to capture attention across different mediums. To conclude, in this presentation we have discussed how Nike use motivational quotes to influence their audience to associate Nike products with enabling consumers to achieve their goals and to avoid negative results. As well as this, we have discussed how Nike have used attitudes and perception to make their advertisements more appealing to their audiences by using specific celebrities and colour schemes. Thank you for listening.